After a 3-game sweep of the Indians, the Angels had started this 9-game homestand on a roll. Now the Rangers come to town sporting a new look in a rivalry that never gets old. Rangers and Angels next. Another warm one here at the Big A. The Halos enjoyed the off day yesterday after that sweep of the Cleveland Indians. Tonight they kick off a 3-game series against their division rival Texas Rangers. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Kubas and Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us once again. The Halos, of course, picking up the victory on Wednesday against Cleveland, finishing off the month of April with a 14-13 record. And it's been a long time coming for the Angels, finishing a game over 500, at least over 500, to start off the season.
Yeah, Victor, you've been all those conversations down in Tempe, getting off to a good start. It hasn't been perfect, but it certainly has been consistent, solid, only getting better. They've had so many things go well. When you talk about run differential, what they've been able to do, second best in the majors. That's a plus run differential for this club. They're hitting home runs. They're scoring runs, which is tops in the American League. But the thing for me, the reason why they're over 500 has been their starting staff. The team ERA, 3.46, which is 4th best in the American League. Yes, they have a different closer now in Joe Smith. He's done a nice job filling in for Ernesto Friere, a couple saves against his former mates in Cleveland. Things are starting to go well. They're catching the baseball. Another thing they emphasized in spring training. But hitting the ball, catching the ball, pitching much better, that's why they're over 500.
The interesting thing about the offensive numbers, a bulk of that done without Josh Hamilton, with Cole Calhoun out of the lineup. We'll see what the Angels can do tonight against the right-handed veteran Colby Lewis, as Hector Santiago will oppose him, looking for his first win of the season. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. First meeting of the year between these two clubs, which just seems odd for whatever reason, but it's time has come. You had the off day yesterday after a nice series sweep of the Cleveland Indians, and the Halos have to put behind them the tough couple of years facing this Texas Rangers ball club. You go back to last season, a 4-15 record against Texas.
Yeah, that could have changed around dramatically if you hold some of those leads. A lot of games the Eagles had leads against the Rangers. A lot of new faces for this Texas club. Hopefully, better results for the Angels this year.
Hector Santiago leading the charge, as is Mike Trout. The Angels wearing their all-white home uniforms, which is somewhat of a departure from what we've seen from this ball club over the last, I guess, about 2+ weeks now, having worn the red alternates quite a bit.
Trying to stay cool. Yeah. Hot weather.
I guess that's it. It is still hot here, but no wind as we have been dealing with the last couple of days. That is Ron Washington in his 8th season at the helm of the Texas Rangers, and this is the lineup that he will run out there. Texas in second place, 3 games back of the Oakland Athletics in the West with a 15-13 record. They will have Shin-Sin Chu leading things off at left. Elvis Andrus is the shortstop. Adrian Beltre at third base. Prince Fielder off to a slow start. He's the cleanup hitter at first. Alex Rios swinging the bat well. Average-wise, he's in right field. Donnie Murphy at second. It's Leonis Martin in center. Michael Choice, the DH, and Aaron Sivia gets a start behind the plate. Originally, it was Robinson Chirinos, but he was scratched due to a stomach ailment as they take on the Newark, New Jersey native Hector Santiago, still looking for that first win.
And he's thrown the ball much better than his record indicates. His batting average again just .248 for Santiago. Just 25 hits allowed and 26 in the third innings pitch for Hector. And the keys for Hector today: be yourself at all times. He's a high-energy guy. Use that to your advantage and avoid predictable counts. Don't get yourself in fastball counts against this very good fastball hitting lineup for Texas.
Check out the defense for the Halos behind the left-handers. J.B. Shuck at left, Mike Trout at center, Colin Cowgill in right. The infield consists of David Freese, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols from third to first. Hank Conger is behind the plate.
And when Hector's on his team, he's going to get a lot of ground ball action with Howie Kendrick at second base. He has 2 errors this year, but none in his last 18 games. When you factor in Eric Ibar and David Freese, no errors on that side of the infield from up the middle to the left side of the infield for the Halos to keep the ball down and get some ground ball outs.
The Texas team that is currently on a 4-game losing streak, having been swept by the Oakland Athletics. The Angels trying to keep that momentum of the series sweep of the Cleveland Indians rolling into this weekend series. Tonight's first pitch is being delivered by Shumash Casino Resort. As Shin-Sin Chu in his first year with Texas will lead things off, signing a 7-year deal in the offseason. 31 years of age, native of South Korea, hitting .303, a couple of home runs, 7 runs batted in, has 5 doubles, 1 triple, and an on-base machine throughout his career. As he swings to the first one, it's an 0-1 count. His on-base percentage currently at .433, and that's why they got him at the top of the order, especially after the trade of Kinsler for Fielder with the Detroit Tigers. This is bounced foul, no balls and 2 strikes.
He generally sees a lot of pitches. Good numbers career-wise against the Angels. .329 with 2 home runs and 23 RBI. Saw him last year when he was with Cincinnati. Prior to that with Cleveland.
And what we said about the Cleveland Indians, albeit they were under .500 when they rolled into town, we'll say about the Texas Rangers. They are 2 games over .500, but they have yet to get it going yet. Offensively, consistently, they've got some key parts that haven't gotten it going, so you've got to be careful with them. It is a dangerous ball club. Adrian Beltre has already been on the disabled list once. Kevin Kuzmanoff, who had been replacing him and swinging the bat well, playing defense well on the disabled list. This is chopped over to third. Freese will cut it off. A little off-balance throw, and there's out number 1. Hey, today's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. We welcome you to our broadcast, and we, of course, thank you for your service and dedication.
Absolutely, thank you.
1 ground ball out to start the ball game. Here's Elvis Andrus, the shortstop. Another of the Texas Rangers that has been an angel killer over the last several years, but off to a slow start right now. .229 batting average, and slow start defensively as well. 7 errors.
I still feel you pitch him away, play him away. When you come inside against him, that's when he hits the ball well.
Limited power to the opposite way. Calgian playing very shallow and right.
I think that's what you do. You bring your right fielder in, pitch him fastballs away, or you could throw the backdoor slider, but force him to hit the ball that way.
1-1, skied out to shallow center field. Mike Trout racing in. Kendrick's going out. And it is Cowgill calls everybody off, makes the catch for out number 2. Let's take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
Like some Jersey love to Santiago. Bruce Springsteen, 10th Avenue freeze out. Get himself in these counts where you can freeze the Rangers hitters when they're looking for a fastball. Use that breakable, use that cut fastball, and above all, use his changeup screwball combination.
Well, he has 2 outs here to begin this ball game, and Adrian Beltre at the plate. The Ranger third baseman, now 35 years of age, hitting .255, 5 doubles, 5 runs batted in. First one is outside. Beltre spent time on the disabled list with a left quad issue. It's starting to creep up on him a little bit. Spent some time on the DL last year with a hamstring issue, but always a dangerous hitter and a fantastic defender. That one caught the outside corner. It evens up the count at 1-1. But even Beltre off to slow start defensively. 5 errors for him.
A total of 12 from that side of the infield for Texas.
Uncharacteristic.
Yes, no question.
Guys. This one's fouled off to the right. And it is 1-2.
Beltre very, very good as far as high pitches. Even a high fastball, he will go after that pitch. You can get him to swing and miss if you go above the letters. But if it's below that zone, it's going to be hit hard.
Yeah, if the thought of, quote-unquote, sneaking something by him ever creeps into your mind, just erase it and start over.
Bounce it, keep it down and away, force him to hit the ball to the right side of the infield.
Fielder on deck. 2 outs, just underway here at the Big A. The 1-2, outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned Hector's 0-4 record, 4.44 ERA. 26 in the 3rd innings under his belt prior to tonight. 25 hits allowed, 23 strikeouts, 13 walks. Off speed is down low. Full count. There's Prince Fielder. Santiago has faced the Texas Rangers in his career, 4 games. 2 starts, this being the 3rd one. Beltre checked his swing, did not go, says the first base umpire. And it's a 2-out walk.
First baseman, number 84, Prince Fielder.
Almost got him to chase that high fastball away. Did a good job of holding up on the swing, did not cross the plate. Between Beltre and Trout, you're going to see that quite a bit on check swings.
Yep.
Let them know that the first base umpire is there and that they didn't go.
Here's Fielder. .206 average, a couple of home runs, 5 doubles, 9 runs batted in. Howie Kendrick out at shallow right field, and the first one is inside.
Fielder 5 for 12 against Santiago. That's a .417 batting average.
They're familiar in the American League Central. Prince, of course, brought over to Texas in exchange for Ian Kinsler as he takes that pitch inside. 2-0. The .279 last year, 25 home runs, 106 runs batted in for the Tigers. Originally the 7th overall selection back in 2002 of the Milwaukee Brewers. Beltre short lead at first. 2-0 pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike.
What do we say about avoiding hittable counts? And that was one, and that was a big swing. It was a fastball in the inner half. A dangerous spot against Fielder.
Elevated, and that's what when Hector's got into trouble and go back to his last start against the Yankees. A lot of pitches up.
Yeah, that elbow drops. He gets so quick through his mechanics. That was perfect. Stayed back very well. Finished off the pitch. This is what Hector has to do. Keep his head still. Finish it off. Perfect location at 92. Do not have to throw harder than that. That's great location with his fastball.
Slider just got a piece of it. So the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hector's quote-unquote cleanest start so far this year, and he's made 5 of them prior to tonight. was right here at the Big A against Oakland. Got a no decision now, and of course Oakland came back in that game. But 7 innings, allowed 5 hits, 1 run, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 101 pitches. Very deliberate on the mound. Good mechanics that day. And backed it up with a pretty good start against the Tigers the next time around. This one skied on the right side. Foul territory, Hank Conger. Albert Pujols. And it is Hank Conger, even though Pujols was trying to call him off. Conger makes the catch. That'll end the Rangers half of the first. Way to the bottom of the first. Kendrick, Trout, and Pujols coming up with no score. Starting 9 for the Halos. 3rd place, a half game behind Texas, and 3.5 back overall of the Oakland Athletics with a 14-13 record. It's Howie Kendrick leading things off for the 3rd straight game. Mike Trout at center, Albert Pujols at first, Roland Vines is at DH. David Freese is starting to swing the bat better. He's at 3rd, Eric Ibar short, Hank Conger behind the plate. Colin Cowgill in right, J.B. Shuck rounding out that starting 9. He'll patrol left field. Taking on the 34-year-old right-hander native of Bakersfield, California by the name of Colby Lewis.
Colby Lewis fastball, 87-92, slider, curveball, very good changeup. 1-1 so far this season, but the keys to go against Lewis. Get those pitches up in the zone. He will give up a home run. 35 home runs allowed back in 2011. And move up on the plate. Take away that very good changeup and curveball from him.
Lewis has made 3 starts, a 1-1 record, 15 in the 3rd innings. 19 hits, 14 strikeouts, 4 walks at .460 ERA. Last year, a washout year, recovering from the elbow surgery, and then had to have what they call the hip resurfacing surgery. The first one tonight is in there for a strike. Kendrick hitting .296, a couple of home runs, 14 runs batted in. Wednesday's game, they're going 1 for 3, had a couple of stolen bases and scored twice. No balls and 2 strikes.
I asked Howie before the game, I said, how do you like hitting leadoff? He goes, well, it's a place in the lineup for me to swing the bat. That's a good point.
Yeah.
After that first at bat, you're no longer going to be the leadoff hitter, but an opportunity for Howie to get on base and create something for the Halos.
Off the plate, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maybe the Rangers defensively or momentarily. This is looped out toward left field. And making the catches, Shin-Soo Choo. Oh, maybe knuckling out there. That's the first out here at the bottom of the first. Here the Rangers defensively. It's Choo, Martin, and Rios from left to right in the outfield. Beltre, Andrews, Murphy, and Fielder from 3rd to 1st. And Aaron Sivia behind the plate.
And right on cue, Choo in left field. Just 1 outfield assist in left field. 14 back in 2010 when he was a right fielder. We saw that last year when he played center field for Cincinnati. He doesn't get quite the same read and quite as accurate a throw from center field or left field as he used to have as a right fielder.
It's a young man who was, as an amateur, was a terrific pitcher. Mid-90s fastballs. That first one to Trout is in there for a strike. So you know that Chu's got a good arm. Trout hitting .321, 6 home runs and 18 runs batted in. A 1-for-3 game Wednesday. It was a double with 2 runs batted in. That one's a little bit high. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Well, Trout, a career hitter against Texas, a .346 with 10 home runs. Hasn't been in the big league all that long to have that many home runs against an opponent.
Well, Lewis gets him to reach on a soft breaking ball. Rios comes in, puts it away, 2 down. 2 fly ball outs to start off the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up Albert. And the Angels are certainly very familiar with the 34-year-old. He's been around a while. This is his 15th game, 13th start against the Angels. Overall, a 4-4 record, of .432 ERA. Much different pitcher now than he was when he first came up with Texas. He was a supplemental first-round pick for them back in '99. Albert swings the first one, fouls it back.
Well, he had a pretty good pitch to drive. Lewis has given up 3 home runs in 15 2/3 innings pitched coming into the game today. He's around the strike zone. He doesn't walk many batters. He'll give up a share of hits, but he's around the zone.
And this one's out to the alley in left center field. Hit well. Chu is giving chase. That's off the top of the wall. It looks like it stays in the ballpark. Albert trying to stretch it into a double, and he is in there. That ball had some carry to it.
I thought that was just going to split the alley. Then you look up, it's off the top of the wall. Certainly a warm enough day. Oh, he got this one real good in the middle part, the barrel of the bat. Pitch up. Pujols crushes that, his 8th double. Boy, fortunate enough for the Rangers, that ball comes back into play.
And for Albert, that is 532nd career home, or a double, I should say. 2 shy now of Luke Gehrig, 34th all time. And a scoring position for Raul Ibanez, the DH. Tough April for Raul, 157 average. As he shoots this one out to the alley in left center field. Chu moving over though, he's there, puts it away. And the Angels leave the 2-out double stranded in scoring position. We're through 1 and we're scoreless. Crowd on hand, still folks coming into the ballpark. Here the standings in the American League West. Oakland leading things with an 18-10 record. They just completed the 3-game sweep of the Texas Rangers in Arlington, essentially returning the favor. Texas had swept Oakland at the Coliseum, and now they are 3-3 against each other. Texas at 15-13, the Halos, and then Seattle and Houston.
Seattle's been playing good. They had a real good series up against the New York Yankees.
Oakland's losing tonight 6-1 in Boston. That game's in the 8th inning. Seattle leading Houston 4-3. That game's in the 7th. Rios, Murphy, and Martin here the second for Texas. The first one's in for a strike. By the way, that is Ed Hickox calling the balls and strikes tonight. Lance Barrett at first base. Dana DeMuth at second. Ron Kulpa at third base, a veteran umpiring crew for the series. Count even up at a ball and a strike. Rios off to a good start. 321 average, a home run, 12 runs batted in. 321 batting average puts him in the top 10 in the American League. And Trout tied at the moment. This one pulled toward the hole, and that's a seeing eye single. First hit of the game for Texas. Hey folks, the Halos take on the Yankees beginning on Monday at 7:05, and fans in attendance will receive an Oakley scratcher and a chance to win Oakley merchandise, shopping sprees, and discounts. Purchase your tickets today at angels.com or by stopping by the Angel Stadium ticket office.
The right pitch for Hector there, changeup, but it was up. It's the only reason why Rios was able to get that ball in the hole between short and third. It was elevated, but the right idea as far as the pitch selection.
There's Donnie Murphy, second baseman. Rangers have been without Jurickson Profar, the phenom, all season long. Got hurt in spring training. The torn teres muscle in his right shoulder. There's Jurickson, just 21 years of age. And the guy that basically was ready to go at second base, and that's why the Rangers pulled off the deal, sending Kinsler to Detroit. 1 ball, 1 strike on Murphy. So they've had to fill in with Josh Wilson and Donnie Murphy until Profar gets back. Murphy, a product of Riverside Poly High School, Orange Coast College, a Royals 5th round pick in 2002.
Very good program down the Orange Coast Community College baseball program.
That was Brent Maine's dad, wasn't
yes.
he? For a long time.
They're in the playoffs right now.
2 balls and 1 strike. Murphy with 3 doubles, 7 RBIs. Hector's thrown 25 pitches, 14 strikes, 11 balls. Murphy's played with the Royals, the A's, the Marlins, the Cubs, now the Texas Rangers. Rios over at first. He got him picked off. Pulls. Nice job at getting that throw from Hector Santiago. Not a good one, but a terrific job by Albert. 1 down.
Boy, Hector did a nice job of it looked like he was going to deliver the baseball home, but heard from communication in the infield that Rios was going. Quick throw, a high throw and away from Pujols, but a quick, perfect throw from Pujols over to Ibar to apply the tag. Real good job by Pujols. Nice job by Ibar to prevent a clear path there to be able to slide into second base for Rios, applying the tag, getting that first out.
Okay, Garrett was kind of looking down at his left wrist, may have jammed it a little bit in the slide. But 1 out. Base is clear now, and it's a 2-1 count on Murphy. Texas leads the American League in stolen bases with 25. That pitch apparently outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Halos have picked up the pace in that stolen base category of late as Murphy fouls it off. 20 stolen bases, have been caught 4 times. The 4th down in the American League. Foul tip hung on to by Conger. There's the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the night for Hector.
Nice job by Conger to hold on to that foul tip. First punch out of the game for Santiago. Challenged him. 3-2 pitch. Foul tip. Held on to by Conger.
So 2 outs, and here's Leonis Martin, center fielder. 26-year-old. 260 average last season, hitting 308 this year. He swings the first one, pops it up on the left side. Eric Ibar calling for it. A little easier with all that wind, although Eric made it interesting. It's the high sky.
He had no problem with that.
No, we'll head to the bottom of the second with no score. For a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast, and it is brought to you by AT&T. Bottom of the second, David Freese ready to lead things off for the Angels with no score. A fantastic crowd in the house, still filing in here on Josh Hamilton bobblehead night. David pulls this one toward the hole. Andrews can't come up with it. And just like Alex Rios, David Freese sneaks a single through the left side to lead off the second.
Now 8 for his last 21 for Freese. See, a lot of his approaches hitting the ball to right field, to right center. This one in the hole past Andrews for a base hit.
Here's Ibar. Eric went 0 for 4 on Wednesday. 280, a home run, and 14 runs batted in. It's 5 doubles, 2 triples. Beltre playing in on the grass at third base. First one is outside. I figure the Angels will try to press the issue tonight on the base paths with J.P. Arancibia behind the plate. Although Colby Lewis does a nice job on the mound.
Yeah, he's very quick. Good slide step. 0 pickoffs in his career, but he's very quick to the plate for being a big guy.
Ibar tops this one toward first. Fielder takes it himself, and he'll apply the tag for the first down. Williams advances to second.
This works as a sac bunt for Ibar.
Colby Lewis not the velocity that he once had. Guys seem to be just a little out in front right now.
Yeah, that's why I said move up on the plate, take away, the breaking ball and changeup, because you can still gear up for his fastball. Banya's made that last out last inning, but he hit that ball extremely well to left center field, which is a good sign for him.
Hank looks at a strike. Conger hitting .324 with a couple of home runs, 8 runs batted in. And probably tracking that pitch and saying, hey man, make sure my guy gets that call as well. This one's popped up behind the plate. Arancibia coming back. 2 outs. I think Arancibia from the outset struggled to find that baseball, but was able to find it.
Yeah, you just hope for some type of communication from somewhere in the infield. The pitcher, you would just say straight back. That's the best way you can tell him. Hopefully at that point when he starts moving his way back, he can track the baseball.
So 2 outs and a man in scoring position. That's David Freese. Colin Cowgill steps up, getting to start in right field once again. The Angels did make a move today. They added Grant Green to the active roster, called up from AAA Salt Lake. Swinging the bat well, working on the left side of the infield as well as left field.
He's playing a number of games in left field, especially with some tough left-handed pitchers. You may see him play that position, including Matt Harrison going tomorrow. Tough lefty, good power arm.
There's Grant, 349 average down at AAA, 28 runs batted in. Yoselin Herrera was set down after the game on Wednesday. One ball, one strike. Colby Lewis signing as a minor league free agent back in 2010. Pitching a couple of seasons in Japan. 12-game winner in 2010, 14-game winner in 2011. Cowgill pulls this one toward the hole. Diving stop by Andrews, throws to first base and safe at first.
I'm watching him. They go out there and check and see on the replay if indeed Cowgill did beat that Andrews with an outstanding play, strong throw. Boy, hit well by Cowgill. Just a great play by Andrews just to get to that baseball and prevent a run. But then that throw across the diamond. Another one of those extremely close plays at first. The ball is not secured in the glove before the foot hits the bag, it looks like.
It looked as if, obviously not a professional lip reader, but it looked like Ron Washington, first thing he asked Lance Barrett was, did he come off the bag? If that's why he called him safe. But looked like the replay showed that the foot touched the base before the baseball arrived, so an infield base hit for Cowgill.
But the bottom line is Andrews prevented a run by making that nice play at short. I didn't think he'd have a chance. No.
I thought he was going to throw behind David Freese at third. Shuck showing bunt with 2 outs here.
Did a little Davey Concepcion back at Cincinnati, skipped it across. On that point, though, he had AstroTurf in Cincinnati. He was able to skip that one across quickly and almost got Cowgill at first.
Shuck continues to struggle. 156 average with a couple of home runs, 8 runs batted in. And that is apparently outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Top of the order, Kendrick on deck. Cowgill takes off, and that pitch caught the corner. See, that one looked like it was down and away. The one before that looked more of a strike.
And no throw to second base. Cowgill in scoring position also now. A lot of room out in right center field for Shuck, especially because Lewis doesn't throw as hard as he used to. He can jump on a fastball. He can split that alley.
Pushes a bunt on the third base line, and Beltran's going to let it roll. That's a fair ball. Put it in your pocket. How about that? 1-0 Angels.
Last couple of hits for Shuck. Bunt hits. And that's the thing, you do your due diligence when you're an opponent coming into the stadium. You roll baseballs down both the first base line and third base line, and you do know that the ball will not roll foul. Not that he's going to necessarily have a play against Shuck, but a nice job of deading that baseball, leveled the bat, and then right down the line. Perfect bunt, and it's not going to roll foul. Every other stadium, yes. Here, no.
Yeah, I think Beltre thought for a second there when that ball hit the edge of the grass and it veered a little bit left that perhaps it was going to head that way, but
yeah, but if it's bunted harder, maybe, but no chance of that.
Now they'll pay attention to Shuck. Cowgill standing at third base. JB picks up his 9th run batted in.
Well, if you're watching at home, you're trying to figure out how to do the push bunt or drag bunt. Our fan cam showed exactly what you're supposed to do. Shuck had to level bat, basically play catch with the baseball with his baseball bat and put it right down the line.
Now he pulls this one toward the hole. It's short. Andrews has it to the backhand. Off balance throw to first, and they got him. Nice play by Elvis Andrews, but the Angels do score a run on 3 hits. Leave a couple of men on through 2. The Halos lead at 1-0.
Well, the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. Special day. Historic day in baseball history. Happened 75 years ago today.
Wow. I missed it.
And I wasn't born that day.
No?
That's for sure.
Close. We were celebrating a birthday. 8-9-1. One of the Texas Rangers here in the third. Choice, Aaron Sibia, and then Chu. Something special happened on this day 2 years ago.
Yes, there was. Very special here at the Big A.
Choice hitting .204, has a home run, 8 runs batted in. Acquired in the offseason from the Oakland Athletics, exchanged for Craig Gentry, Arlington product. University of Texas Arlington. First round pick of the Oakland A's back in 2010.
He's got good power, and that was a good power swing right there. 1-1 count. Fouled it straight back.
Pulled over to third. 1 down. Hey, next Saturday, or I should say the next Saturday, spectacular fireworks show presented by Wells Fargo.
You're so excited, aren't you?
I am. It's happening on Saturday.
Which is tomorrow.
Yeah, after the Angels take on the Rangers at 6:05. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or log on at angels.com. Saturday night spectacular.
Now you sold that one.
Saturday. It's a duo.
Done well.
JP Aaron Sibia, the catcher, swings and misses on the first one.
As we recall watching him over all those years in Toronto, loves fastballs on the inside part of the plate. Off speed, fastballs away, very effective against them.
Big swing and a miss. No balls at 2 strikes. Signed as a free agent in December. A lot of power, a lot of strikeouts. 148 punch outs last year. Hit 21 bombs. Hit 194. 0-2 now. He went around. Wasn't a good afternoon and good night.
Yeah, he wasn't committed to the swing, but upstairs with the fastball from Santiago. Second punch out.
Left fielder, number 17, Shin-Soo Choo.
2 up and 2 down. Second strikeout for Hector. And back to the top of the order we go with Shin-Soo Choo. Choo grounded out to David Freese to lead off the ball game. Choo originally with the Seattle Mariners. They made a trade. And I want to say it was Billy Bavasi. At the time was general manager of the Seattle Mariners. This one's hit into center field, a 2-out single. Traded Choo to the Cleveland Indians for Ben Broussard.
That sounds right.
That worked out well for Cleveland. Talented player.
I mean, he can run. He's got good power. Tremendous on-base percentage. A great throwing arm.
And now someone at the Angels and everyone else in the American League West is going to have to deal with for the next 6+ seasons, including this one. He's over at first base, and Elvis Andrus at the plate. Fine play by Andrus to end the bottom of the second, throwing out Howie Kendrick. On the corner for a strike. Elvis hit a fly ball to right field in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. Just 25 years of age. 271 last year. Very good at handling the bat. A lot of sacrifice bunts last year. 16 led the American League. Also, because he could do that, he is your prototypical number 2 type hitter. He's a guy that likes to hit run. Rob Washington likes to move things long. Likes to punch the ball the opposite way.
And he's always amongst leaders as far as sacrifice bunts. Yeah, but you're right, Victor. He's a very good number 2 hitter because he handles the bat so well.
This was a little looper toward second. Howie can't get it. Choo will round second, and he will slam on the brakes as Trout bobbles the baseball. So back-to-back 2-out hits now. And that'll bring up Beltran. But they tried to come back inside.
What do we say about how well he does and make adjustments inside? Inside out, another base hit. Still believe you go away with a fastball and force him to hit the ball to the right fielder.
Snaps it 0 for 15 for Elvis Andrus. Now 2 for his last 30. Now you've got to deal with Beltran with 2 outs. It's all about finishing off innings. Santiago with the first 2 outs to start the game, then walked Beltran. The pickoff helped him in the second here. Got the first 2 outs rather easily. Back-to-back singles into center.
Over 1,300 career RBI. And 114 in his career versus the Angels.
Better be careful of that zone again. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And what you hope for if he makes contact, he pulls a foul. That's a dangerous spot for him.
Fouled off to the right, 1-2. Hector humping up to 93 on that last fastball.
And he's got a couple fastballs in at 94 so far. But for me, 91's perfect speed if he can sink it. Keep it down and away. 94 so far is his best fastball. On a 77-mile-an-hour curveball so far also. Good differential for him.
One, 2 on the way. Just missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good speed on the bases with Choo standing at second and Andrus at first. Angels with a run at the bottom of the second inning, and Santiago trying to keep it a 1-0 lead. Here in the third. Fielder on deck. Now the 2-2. Beltre shoots one towards second, and Howie's got it. Timed the leap perfectly. That will end the third.
Good hops for Howie. All about the timing. You're right on that one, Victor. If he doesn't time that right, that's into the outfield for another RBI. Leaps up. Outstanding play by Howie Kendrick.
Bottom of the third. Nice play by Howie Kendrick to keep it a 1-0 lead. Otherwise, we'd be tied up in the inning. Still continuing on with Fielder. Beautiful shot of the Big A. Great crowd yet again for the Angels.
It's a really big crowd so far this season.
Yeah. School still in session, even during the weeks. Or, during the week, I should say.
Well, it's an exciting club, especially when you look at the offensive numbers the club has put up so far this year.
Trout, Pujols, and Ibanez for the Halos here in the third against Colby Lewis. Trout lifted a fly ball to shallow right field in the first inning. 0 for 1. He fouls this one off.
He had a pretty good pitch to hit. He realized he just missed it. A little walk around the batter's box to get back in there and look for another pitch to drive.
1-2. And that's pretty much where Colby Lewis will live. The outside part of the plate against right-handers. Got a good little cut action to his fastball. And trying to sneak something inside, and Trout fouls it back. 1-2 still.
You got to believe he's going to go right back outside now with his fastball.
Last start for Colby Lewis was on the 26th at Seattle. Got a no decision, went 5 innings. 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 6 strikeouts and 3 walks. And Trout strikes out swinging. First punch out for Lewis.
Here's tonight's Coors Light cold hard fact with Albert Pujols coming to the plate. One of 26 players with 500 or more career home runs. One of 4 who played for the Angels, Reggie Jackson, who was wearing the Angel uniform at the time. Frank Robinson did so, and Eddie Murray. 4 Angels who were members of the 500 club.
And Frank hit his 499th and 500 on the same day, but in a doubleheader. Game 1 and then game 2. Albert did it in the same game. This one's pulled towards short. Andrews so lays it. And Pujols will pick up his second hit.
He's hit the ball hard twice now. With the shift on, one hopper, has an opportunity to be able to get in front and use the glove and throw him out, but try to get it to the side. Unable to do so.
Product of letting the ball play you instead of the other way around.
Knowing the ball was hit pretty well.
Yeah.
Especially a one-hopper on the dirt.
So man on for Ibanez. Lined out to Shin-Soo Choo to end the first. Breaking ball in for a strike.
Lefties coming into the game hit .341 this season against Lewis. You'll see more curveballs and changeups against lefties, a lot more fastballs against right-handed batters.
Off-speed pitch. He was up to count at 1-1. Three infielders on the right side. It's Beltre between the shortstop and third base position. I mentioned during his first at-bat, tough month of April for Raul, but he had a tough month last year as well. 158 for the Mariners, and turned it around in the month of May, hit .297. Fouls this one off. 1-2. Angels trying to sustain offensively until they get Cole Calhoun, Josh Hamilton back in the lineup.
Yeah, Josh should start baseball activities next week. Doing a lot of running, swinging the bat with one hand. Baseball activities next week, it looks like, for Josh Hamilton.
There's two guys you probably have to put the governor back on. Those guys. Yeah. They want to go full bore right now as Raul strikes out swing on an off-speed pitch. 2 down, second strikeout, both in this inning.
Talked about what he does against left-handed batters, curveballs and changeups. 2 changeups in that sequence against Ibanez after he hit that first at-bat, first pitch fastball well to left center field.
So Freese will step up, a single for him. A run scored.
Usually after his fastball away, he'll try to run a fastball in. You look for patterns as a hitter.
0-2.
Whitey's only getting .211 against Lewis this year. Well, he can paint the outside corner against a right-handed batter.
That hit him. And that got him on the right hand. It looked like a wrist. Adam Neville and Mike Socha are going to come out. That ball just kept running in on him.
Exactly why I'm never a big fan of an 0-2 fastball in like that. You run a fastball in. You've worked hard to get ahead of the count. He runs it in and gets the hand. David Freese.
That may have gotten a thumb.
Better look here on a Phantom Cam exactly which hand he got hit with. It's like the top hand. Top hand, the fingers. That's something you generally don't see. And that 0-2 pitch up and in. That's what you're taught when you were younger. It's a wasted pitch. Instead of being through the inning, essentially get a hitter to swing at something down and away. You run it in, hit him. Now you have 2 men on for a guy bar.
Ibar 0 for 1. He rolled out to Fielder in the second inning. Angels tonight through 2 2/3, 2 for 5 with men in scoring position. Eric looks at a strike, and I don't think he likes that call. One of those hits with men in scoring position, the perfectly placed bunt by J.B. Shuck with 2 outs that scored. Freeze from third. Chu playing shallow toward the foul line in left field. Beltre off the line at third. This one lifted out towards center. Playable for Martin. The center fielder's there, puts it away. We've played 3 here at the Big A, and the Angels still up 1-0. So we were talking about the new concessionaire here at the Big A and Legends, and just another sampling of some of the food offerings that they have here. This is the Smoke Ring Barbecue, and at Gate 1 they brought in a smoker. They've got chicken, ribs, sausages, cornbread, pulled pork, I guess they have, mac and cheese, coleslaw, everything you want.
I'll see it in a little bit.
You like that?
Yeah, I'm good right now.
That is Gate 1, so that actually looks pretty good. What you have? You want the
yeah, I'll just do everything right now.
You want the drumstick?
When in Rome.
All right, perfect.
Yes, it's perfect.
Here at the top of the 4th inning, Ian Stewart takes over at third base now for David Freese. Hopefully that's just a precautionary measure. So Freese done after a single, a run, and a hit by pitch. Fielder, Rios, and Murphy for Texas here in the 4th inning.
A couple good plays at third base also for Freese.
What's the cornbread?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. It smells amazing.
It does. Gate 1, the old smoker. Fielder lifts one out to left field. J.B. Shuck moving back on it. 1 down. Fielder now 0 for 2. He popped down in foul territory in the 1st inning. So that'll bring up Alex Rios. Rios acquired last season from the Chicago White Sox. Picked up a single in the 2nd, so he's 1 for 1. Got into 47 games with Texas last year. Hit .280, had 6 home runs and 26 RBIs. Santiago with 2 strikeouts and a walk. 3 hits allowed, 2 of which came from 2 outs in the 3rd inning, but worked around that on that terrific leaping catch by Howie Kendrick. A soft liner off the bat of Beltran.
Back-to-back pitches thrown out of the strike zone. A little too quick for Santiago on his breaking ball to follow with a changeup. 51 pitches thrown so far. 32 in the strike zone. You got to keep in mind with Rios, for a right-handed batter, he is a low ball hitter. Most times you think of right-handed batters, high ball hitters. That's a low ball, and he had a good swing at it. He was in a good fastball count. He likes to get his arms extended.
difficult if you're Hector Santiago, because the issue has been when he's gotten in trouble, he has elevated pitches. So consciously you're trying to work down in the zone, but this is the guy you're kind of playing to his strength.
Yeah, almost the same type of pitch. If you get ahead like you got with Aaron Sibio on a fastball up, you can do that to Rios, because he's brought his hands up higher than it used to be. Remember, his hand used to be real low.
That was right after the White Sox got him from Toronto. Basically all they did was assume the contract.
Exactly.
Being told that David Freese taken out of the game with a right middle finger contusion. Almost got him to chase. Full count, the old fancy word for bruise. Hopefully nothing beyond that.
I'm sure he'll get an x-ray to make sure everything's all fine. He's all fine with him right now. He's been swinging the bat so well, you want to keep him in there.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part. Kind of like Cole Calhoun was trying to get it going until
exactly
a freak injury behind first base. 3-2 pitch. Rios fouls it off to the right.
3 full counts in the game for Santiago so far. Here we are in the 4th inning with 1 out.
And he strikes him out with a fastball, 2 down. 3rd strikeout of the night for Santiago will bring up Donnie Murphy. Take a look at the upcoming schedule presented by Honda. 2 more against Texas. 6:05 game tomorrow. Then a 12:35 start on Sunday. That's Yu Darvish against Garrett Richards. No.
Garrett Richards, Tyler Skaggs.
Yeah.
It's a good pitching matchup any way you think about it. Skaggs has been throwing the ball extremely well himself.
Off day it does it to me.
Yeah.
Lose track of the rotation. And the Yankees rolling to town on Monday to wrap up this 9-game homestand. Then the Angels back out on the road for 6, 4 in Toronto, then 2 in Philadelphia. Mark Gubicza in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. There. Oh, yeah.
The old pomp and circumstance. Roll out the red carpet, roll out the barrel.
Oh, yeah. They remember me so well out there.
You've got to cheer them up after your Flyers got taken out by the New York Rangers.
Oh, you had to bring that one up. Thank you. They tried hard.
Murphy lifts one down the left field line, not hit very deep. Ibar cutting across into foul territory, almost got it. Wow, what an effort by Eric Ibar, because Jacques was playing deep as usual.
That would have been one of the best plays you're going to see the entire season. How far Eric Ibar had to go to even get close to that baseball. Between Howie Kendrick and Eric Ibar, you're talking about middle infielders that get back on pop-ups as well as any tandem in baseball. Well, he almost got there. You're talking about a serious distance he had to try to go.
Conger.
Just by him.
Yeah, Conger out to talk things over with Santiago.
He's trying to give Eric Ibar a breather. That's what he's doing. That's a wise move by Conger and Santiago to allow Eric to pick a couple seconds up and get that breath back.
One, two, foul back. Another 1-2 from Santiago. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. 2 strikeouts in the inning. The first time Santiago has set the Rangers down in order. Bottom of the 4th, that's where we're headed, up 1-0. Angels baseball is brought to you by Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC. And by Hyundai. Hyundai leaves the rest wanting. Find out why by visiting buyhyundai.com today. Oh, French fries and chicken tenders. That is a meal of champions.
Yes, it is.
Halos up 1-0 as we begin the bottom of the fourth inning. Bottom third of the order. Conger, Cowgill, and Shuck to face Colby Lewis. There's 2 strikeouts, no walks, 5 hits allowed. The Angels have stranded 5 base runners through the first 3. Hank looks at strike 1. Conger popped down behind home plate in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. One ball, 1 strike.
Where Lewis wastes no time on the mound. He stands right on that pitching rubber, throws strikes. 41 pitches thrown, 31 in the strike zone so far for Lewis.
Off speed, foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hank had a multi-hit game on Wednesday, including his second home run of the season. They turned a 1-0 deficit to a 2-1 lead. The Angels would not look back as they took care of Cleveland 7-1. He went around with the off-speed pitch. There's out number 1. So enticing.
Yeah, hitter see pitches up in the strike zone. You just think you have a good chance. Even at 83 on that slider, you still can't catch up to it. Elevated enough. You thought initially out of the hand you could drive it. Then the commitment was not there to finish off the swing for Conger.
Cowgill tried to bunt his way on, comes up empty, and it's an 0-1 count. Got a base hit. An infield single in the second, stole a base. 1 for 1. This is the first meeting between these 2 ball clubs. Texas will come back here in June. So the Halos and Rangers will play twice here before even going to Texas. They just won't even make their first visit to Texas till the weekend before the All-Star break, a 4-game series.
That way it will be real cool in Texas at that point.
Yeah. We got a taste of it here the last couple of days. Mid-90s, the wind blowing straight into the booth.
I was talking to Greg Maddox today down by the bullpen for the Rangers. He said, "Hello, are we in Texas today?" I said, "Yeah, it's been hot. At least the wind's not." I said, "Where's a 3 or 4 club win?" There's the Hall of Famer. Greg Maddox.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
When you think about what Greg and Mike Maddox have done with this staff, consider some of the big names that are not part of this rotation yet. He's done a very good job. 355 career wins, which is 8th most in Major League history. Oh, and 4 Cy Youngs along with it. And a pretty good golfer.
Cowgill reaching for it, fouls it off. Aaron Sibia on the warning track makes the catch. 2 down.
And now it's time for the tools of the trade presented by Ram Trucks. Talk about perfect technique as far as the bunt. Cam shows how J.B. Shuck plays catch with the bat and bunts the ball right down the third base line with a man on third, David Freese, that scores the only run of the game. Perfect technique by J.B. Shuck.
Picked up his 9th run batted in with that bunt base hit. Takes outside for ball 1.
Great career numbers against the Rangers. 383, including a home run.
Another off-speed pitch. This one fouled back into the seats. He was up to count at 1-1. Mentioned Texas without some of their arms. Derek Collins been dealing with a knee injury that he suffered before the season started. Matt Harrison spent some time with disabled list. He's back. We'll see him tomorrow going up against Garrett Richards. Breaking pitch, and that's pulled through the right side. Boy, he did JB a favor there.
Sped up his bat. Slow breaking ball in the inner half. 2 hits in the game now for Shuck. And a breaking ball, tried to go the outside corner with it, was down and in instead. Good job as far as moving his weight forward and getting a good part of the bat, the barrel of the bat, and got it by Prince Fielder at first base.
Just his 3rd multi-hit game. Had a 3-game hit here against the Mets. Howie's 0 for 2 with a fly ball to left and a ground ball to short.
And with 2 outs, wouldn't be surprised if Mike Scioscia has some kind of movement going, whether a straight steal for Shuck or hit and run with Howie at the plate.
.52 pitches thrown by Lewis. 39 have been strikes. 3 punch outs, no walks. Now 6 hits allowed. Angels 2 for 6 with men in scoring position. Shuck takes off, and he had a big jump to throw down from Arancibia, and it was not in time.
Two stolen bases in the game already for the Halos. Big jump for Shuck. Arancibia with a quick throw. Real good throw from the knees. Been throwing the ball much better this year coming into this game, so not a little over 28% of would-be base stealers. Shuck just gets the hand in. Well, the tag was applied. And did a good job of keeping the foot on the base as his hand went by the base.
Love that move by Murphy, too. Keeping that tag down.
Yep. Good throw from Arancibia. But that base was stolen on Lewis.
0-2, fouled back, tried to climb the ladder. That's what Lewis has done so far. Rolls you to sleep on the outside part of the plate. With fastballs, cutters, and kind of elevates a little bit. Just enough, nothing ridiculous. But where it still looks enticing for a hitter. Got Trout upstairs, got Conger upstairs.
He's had 0 3-ball counts in the game so far, so he's throwing strikes.
Now he held up. 1-2. And it may just read 89, 90 miles per hour, but when it's up there, and especially when you're kind of thinking off speed with Lewis, it looks a lot faster than that. Tough to pull the trigger on it. Shuck at second base, 1-2 pitch. Now he flips it foul and out of play.
Trying to get him to swing with a slider. Fouled it off. Now, these are the times, if you're a pitcher, you've seen a hitter almost commit to a fastball up after a slider down and away. You think Lewis might try to sneak a fastball upstairs against Howie.
Howie this year, .250 average with men in scoring position. Angels coming into tonight's action, .222 team batting average in those situations. Breaking ball, fouled off to the right again.
Well, did Howie a favor there. A mistake pitch. Arancibia's going to go out to talk to him now. .57 pitches, 43 strikes, only 14 out of the strike zone.
This is a base hit to right field past Murphy. Shuck's going to be waved around. The throw from Rios is cut off. 2-0 Angels.
Boy, nice job of Howie going the other way. They tried to go upstairs with a fastball. Location not there for Lewis. Howie made him pay for it. The stolen base pays off for the Halos. They score a run via a bunt, hit with a man on third, and score after a base hit, stolen base, and a base hit by Howie. Boy, Howie's so good as far as getting his hand through the baseball. That's a pretty good pitch. It's above the belt. And his hands up and through the baseball and hit hard by Murphy at second base.
It's like the perfect two-strike approach. Put the ball in play. Protect and put the ball in play.
So good with that swing, Howie.
So he's on board. 2 outs. Back-to-back 2-out hits now. Here's Trout. 0 for 2 tonight. Howie takes off. The throw down. Not in time. Stolen base.
Great decision by Trout. That ball was in the middle of the plate. He took it when he saw the jump that Howie had. Third stolen base. Again, that's stolen off Lewis. That jump was huge. No chance for Aaron Sibia to throw out Howie. Quick release by him. But that's on the pitcher.
7th stolen base of the year for Kendrick.
Benji Molina, former Halo, member of the World Series team, going to write some notes down to talk with Aaron Sibia and Lewis on what you need to do to prevent the stolen base.
Robinson Chirinos sitting next to Benji there was scheduled to get the start today. He's got a stomach ailment, so he was scratched during batting practice. And Aaron Sibia taking his spot behind the plate. The 0-1 to Trout. 0-2.
Well, a taste of their own medicine. Remember last year the Rangers stole a lot of bases against the Halos. So far the Halos with 3 against the Rangers tonight.
Trout's hit a fly ball to right and he struck out in the 3rd. And Trout strikes out again. 4th strikeout of the night for Lewis. The Angels tack on a run. They lead at 2-0.
Rewind. Jared Weaver 2 years ago today. No against the Twins. He had it working, and he had the defense working. Mark Trumbo played third base the entire game. And then Alexi Garcia, the fly ball to Torrey Hunter, completes the no-hitter 2 years ago today for Jared Weaver.
I still think that's a great trivia question to ask you about who was the starting and finishing third baseman in Jared Weaver's no-hitter.
There's no way anybody's getting that one.
As a matter of fact, you watch that replay again, that bunt down the third base line. You look at Weaver's reaction, he's like,
that's a knock.
That's a knock.
Trumbo made a nice play.
And he also made a nice play in foul territory on a foul pop-up.
There's been some no-nos in the history for the Angels. Belinsky, the first one.
Yonis Martin looks at a strike. Martin, Choice, and Aaron Sibia, the 5th here against Hector Santiago. Martin popped out to Eric Ibar in the 2nd. There's that bunt, and then the foul ball that was it Domit?
No. Even Plouffe hit one, was pretty close down the left field line.
This one skied out to shallow right. It wasn't Doma because he wasn't there yet. It was Parmalee, the first baseman.
Yes.
Yeah. Lined one down the left field line, just foul.
Number 15,
Well, he was locked in. Especially with the Minnesota Twins team we've seen over the years, always aggressive. And when Weaver was able to spot his fastball and then started mixing in his curveball and changeup and slider, it was no chance.
There's Michael Choice. Grounded out in the third inning. Breaking ball just outside. You know, just soon thereafter, I'd have to look at the schedule, but the Diamondbacks came to town. And then Irvin Santana was perfect. Was it until the 8th inning? And Justin Upton rifled the single into center field. That was as good as Irvin was in that no-hitter against Cleveland. He was extremely locked in against the Diamondbacks in that start.
Well, his slider was unbelievable.
1-2. And Irvin's off to a fantastic start with the Atlanta Braves. Great signing for them.
In the National League, I think that's a great fit for Irvin Santana to be in that league. Well, you consider how many injuries they've had in their pitching staff, yet they're playing extremely well, leading their division, Atlanta.
Well, look at the team the Angels are playing tonight. The injuries they suffered through spring training. Still 2 games over 500 as that pitch misses down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Angels kind of got through spring training unscathed, but then at 8 games, 9 games in, Josh Hamilton went down, then Cole Calhoun. 2-2 popped him up. Good off-speed pitch again. Kendrick calls off eyeball. 2 down. Hey folks, on Wednesday the Angels will be taking on the New York Yankees at 7:05, and they'll honor Derek Jeter with a limited edition giveaway for fans while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com.
Still hard to believe this is it. Last season for Derek Jeter. Right away announced that in spring training this was going to be his last year. Yankees playing good. They've come back today. They were down against Tampa. They tied it up. They're going extra innings, which is always a quick game in New York as it is.
Yeah.
And throw in Tampa in there, too. They have some long games.
That fastball is outside. Let me tell you something. I was watching game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday, Rays and the Red Sox. And Joel Peralta. If you're painting a house, that house will dry before he's done with his half inning.
He almost throws the pitch to the catcher and almost grabs the ball out of the catcher's mitt and walks back to the mound every single pitch. He's done a nice job for him out of the bullpen for Joe Madden. There's no question.
And Sibia fouls it off, but painful to watch.
Both those teams extremely patient at the plate, so that means you're going to see a long game.
1-2 now. Called strike 3. Aaron Sibia knew it. A 1-2-3 inning for Santiago. That's 7 in a row retired by the lefty. The Angels maintain a 2-0 lead. something? I want to remind you that this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Hector Santiago, 5 strikeouts tonight, 1 walk, 3 hits allowed.
Hank's done a real good job of keeping his pace going, using his changeup, which has been excellent tonight also.
Pujols, Ibanez, and Stewart against Colby Lewis. This one pulled to short. Elvis Andrus gets in front of this one, fires on the first, and Albert retired for the first time tonight.
Well, Albert's had 3 pretty good swings against Lewis. You know, that's going to go down as a 6-3. That was still hit well. And early in the count swings from Pujols against him. He knows Lewis is going to be around the plate. Pujols getting another fastball. And that leverage he's been creating to hit the ball so well, that lower part of his body. Another good swing. Even though it was an out, it was hit well.
Ibanez just looks at a fastball upstairs. Rolls 0 for 2. A fly ball to left and a strikeout. Lewis has 4 punch outs. No walks, 1 hit batter. That was David Freese. That's why he's no longer in the game. Stewart took his spot in the top of the 4th.
He's faced 22 batters, 16 first pitch strikes for Lewis. Steady diet of off speed for Ibanez. Changeup, slider. 65 pitches, 50 strikes for Lewis.
1-2 offering. Break the ball, tap and foul. Thought about it. Did he hold up? Apparently did. Ed Hickok didn't even bother to ask. Rose been seeing a steady diet of off-speed pitches. There's another one. 2 down.
Changeup on that one. It's twice now he's got a changeup running down and away. He does have a plus changeup. Nice job of keeping his balance and running that changeup down and away.
Almost like a split finger grip.
Just kind of turns it over. Mike Magnanti, who pitched a long time in the major leagues, had that one where he kind of splits his finger. It's not a true split finger fastball. From the left side, turned it over, but he did have the fingers spread out and had a run action almost like a screwball running away from right-handed batters. Here Lewis against lefties running away.
Ian Stewart takes down low. First plate appearance for him tonight. 16 games with the Angels, 224 average, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in.
Pretty surprised that ball didn't hit him.
Yeah.
It went right around the back leg.
Stewart fouls this one back, 2-1. Freese was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning with 2 strikes. A fastball ran up and in and got him on the top hand. Contusion to his right middle finger.
Well, we can see that when on the phantom camera, the ball hit his middle finger, his top hand.
Check swing foul. Let's go back to that plate appearance.
And a real good view of this. The top hand as he's trying to avoid being hit, and the finger, middle finger, hit with the baseball. And discomfort right away from David Freese, who has been swinging the bat very well. 8 for his last 21.
Full count now. That's one of those where you think you've done everything imaginable to bring your hands in or try to turn on it. You think you're out of the way, and that ball, once it's past you as far as your sight line, all of a sudden you feel it right on the hands.
It's the first 3-ball count in the game for Lewis.
And Stewart strikes out swinging a 1-2-3 inning for Colby Lewis, his first of the night. 5 in the books, 2-0 Angels. Angels baseball is brought to you by the Dodge Challenger. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. And head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. It's Jack's hottest sandwich yet. Top of the 6th inning here at the Big A, the opening game of the series against the Texas Rangers. First meeting of the year between these two ball clubs. Halos with a solo run in the second and a solo run in the fourth. J.B. Shuck with an RBI bunt base hit. Howie Kendrick with an RBI single in the fourth. Hector Santiago's retired the last 7 in a row. And that's going back to right after he gave up back-to-back 2-out hits. Now he'll face the top of the order. 3rd time through now. Chu, Andrews, and Beltre. Chu, the left fielder, is grounded out. He is singled. Swings the first one, drives it out to center field. Hit well. Trout back at the wall, leaps up and cannot get it. It's a home run for Shin-Soo Choo. And Texas gets on the board. It's 2-1.
Boy, jumping on the first pitch, you don't see that too often. Choo, he's generally a patient hitter. It's a 4th home run that Santiago has allowed this season. First to a left-handed batter right down the middle of the plate. Trout gave it an effort. He had to go a long way, unable to get back to the wall to time that jump.
Here's Elvis Andrews. Shows bunt, takes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, Chu has struggled against left-handed pitching sporadically throughout his career. This year, not so much. .417 average against left-handed pitching. And with that swing of the bat right there, he becomes the Rangers' home run leader with 3.
You don't see that often when you're talking about a Ranger lineup.
Yep. Andrews looks at a strike of 1 and 2. That's their 15th home run on the season. One, 2 now. That's down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Andrews 1 for 2. A base hit to shallow center field in the 3rd inning. This little looper on the first base side, headed toward the seats. And clanked off the fan, who brought the glove.
And did not make the play once again.
Fan. And he knows he's not even going to beg for it. Another 2-2. Fouled off in the club seats. And a nice play by a fan who brought his glove.
Showed him how he had to do it.
Some guys remember to take the skillet out of their gloves, while others don't. Texas getting on the board. Leadoff home run by Shin-Soo Choo to start the 6th inning. Breaking ball lifted out to shallow left center. Eric Ibar moving out. One away. Let's go back and revisit our Hyundai key to the game.
That 10th Avenue freeze out. There's been a number of really good pitches in this game for Hector Santiago as far as freezing the Texas hitters. Really, the only one that's had a real good swing against him has been Choo. He had a base hit in the 3rd and a home run here in the 6th. Other than that, very effective through 5 in the 3rd for Hector Santiago. One walk, 5 punch outs.
Hit .215 against left-handed pitching last year. That may have been a product of just a new league, different approach. But he's raking against lefties this year. There's Beltran.
And part of the reason why he was able to drive that ball, because that ball was on the inner half. He's kind of opens up against left-handed pitchers. So when you have that opening, but if you throw the ball on the inner half, you make a mistake like Hector did against him. He can drive it.
This one's lifted out to left field. J.B. Shuck coming in, and he'll make the catch. Rather interestingly, but makes the catch nonetheless.
Gets caught in those bank of lights. You see that from a right fielder quite a bit when it's hit on the line like that. In the bank of lights up above us. And he's barely seen it just till the last second. It's hit so hard from Beltre. Shuck makes the play. He's basically said, I didn't see it. But the glove made the play.
That's a good guess. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Fielder. He's popped out to Conger, hit a fly ball to left field. Breaking ball on the outside corner. They don't fully overshift, although Kendrick is out in shallow right field. Ibar still on the shortstop side of the second base. But playing Fielder toward the middle. There's a good shot of it. Stewart off the line. No balls, 2 strikes. Wasn't it in September of 2 years ago when the Angels swept the Tigers here? It was a weekend series. Did one of those games end with Trout robbing Fielder?
Yes. He led off the game with a home run and finished the game by robbing a home run. One of those many things we say about Trout, never seen it before.
Well, Colby Lewis has had his number tonight. Here's the 0-2 upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fielder sporting the number 84 on his uniform. It's the year he was born. You might forget one of these days. Just look in the mirror. Ground ball through the left side. Ibar's got it, but not going to have a play. That ball slicing away from Eric, and that'll go as a 2-out base hit.
When he went with the pitch, Eric did everything he could. There's no way you're going to be able to get up and make that long of a throw. Into the outfield grass. Thought about it. Wise decision not throwing it. You got to go that far, and then you're that far into the outfield also.
Rios with a base hit in the second inning and a strikeout in the 4th. Base hit by Fielder, the 5th hit allowed by Hector Santiago. 88 pitches now.
And Hector has to let that last base hit get away. He was upset with location of the pitch. Let that one carry over to the first pitch to Rios. Well out of the strike zone.
Foul back. 1-1. Two balls and one strike. During Rios' previous at bat, we were talking about the year in which Toronto basically just let him walk, and Chicago took him on. The White Sox did. Played 41 games there, and he was lost. 199 batting average for them. You mentioned the hands being held down low, but he was able to turn around the following season. 284, then back down to 227. That hit 304.
Yeah, he had his hands down around the belt before nailing the hands up. Let her high. Up at his shoulder.
This one's driven out to left center field. Trout and Shuck both giving chase. That is gone. A 2-run home run for Alex Rios, and Texas has taken a 3-2 lead. Second home run in the inning allowed by Hector Santiago.
I think it was a product of not being happy with himself against Prince Fielder. And then Rios, with his power and able to get his hands in through the baseball, that ball is thigh high. Drives it out to left center field. Second home run of the inning. 16th now of the season for Texas.
Mike Butcher out to pay a visit. The fourth and fifth home runs allowed by Hector Santiago this year. First time he's allowed multiple home runs in a game. And we mentioned this is a Texas team that has yet to get it going offensively, clicking on all cylinders, but they certainly did that last year against the Angels. 26 home runs and 115 runs in 19 games. Hence the fact the Angels were just 4-15 against them. Still 2 outs. Now nobody on. Here's Murphy. And again, it's that finishing off an inning. Gave up the home run to Chu. Retired Andrews on a weak pop-up. Beltran a fly ball to left.
It was ahead of the count against Fielder.
Yep.
Got too much of the plate on his breaking ball.
Chu got it started with his third home run of the year. Home run by Rios, his second of the year. 3-2 Texas here in the sixth. Murphy lifts one down the right field line. Cowgill moving over. And that'll do it. But Texas strikes for 3, including 2 home runs. Chu and Rios. We hit to the bottom of the sixth. Halos down by a run. Sports is a proud partner of AYSO's 50th anniversary celebration, including AYSO Soccer Fest 14, the biggest pickup game on earth. You can join the fun by signing up at AYSO.org. Texas hadn't homered in 6 consecutive games. They homered twice in the top of the inning of Hector Santiago to take a 1-run lead as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. Ibar, Conger, and Cowgill. Colby Lewis coming off a 1-2-3 inning, which included 2 strikeouts. He has 6 in the game. First one pushing down and away. Eric 0 for 2. Ground ball to first and a fly ball to center.
See if the offense can pick up Hector. He's throwing the ball well. Just a couple of mistakes that inning, but other than that, very good through 6.
Two balls and no strikes. No walks for Colby Lewis. 1 hit batter. That was David Freese in the 3rd. He's allowed 7 hits. Three balls, no strikes. The Angels tonight with men in scoring position, 3 for 8.
If you're Eric Ibar right now, you're centered in an area of the plate where you can drive it. Otherwise, borderline pitch, let it go. Need a base runner, get it started.
Popped it up. Eric trying to lift the baseball. Beltre into foul territory. 1 down on the 3-1 count. AMLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 12 years. Join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live at True HD on over 400 devices. Just visit Angels.com for details. Texas starting to get action in their bullpen. Aaron Pareda playing catch.
It looked like it might have been ball 4 that Eric Ibar went after.
Yep. Colby Lewis's longest outing has been 5 1/3. This is the 3rd time he has done that. Conger looks at a breaking ball for a strike. Most pitches that Lewis has thrown in a game, 91. He's just at 80 now. Hank 0 for 2, a pop-up and a strikeout. As he pulls this one, trying to pull the outside pitch. 2 down. The Angels offensively have yet to make any adjustments whatsoever against Colby Lewis, and he is stuck to his guns.
A lot of strikes, a lot of ball speed, painting the corners.
So Cowgill will bat now, 1 for 2. Infield base hit in the 2nd and a pop-up in the 4th. Fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. Texas in the 7th will have the bottom 3rd of their order coming up in Martin Choice and Aaron Sibia. Collin takes another fastball.
.502 counts for Lewis in the game.
I mean, you consider the way he's pitched tonight. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in the hole against him.
That's why Pujols has been successful. He's jumping on that first pitch fastball.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Texas has made the adjustment on Santiago, as witnessed by the 3 runs at the top of the inning. J.B. Shuck on deck. 2-2 now. He's off. Full count. Right-hander Jason Frazier now has joined Aaron Pareda. So righty and a lefty in the Texas bullpen. 3-2. And that is up and in. That's the first walk issued by Colby Lewis, and it comes with 2 outs here in the 6th. So Shuck will bat here with a man on and 2 outs. You wonder if Cowgill maybe on the move.
3 stolen bases so far in the game.
Yeah, he had one in the second inning. JB's 2 for 2. Bunt base hit with an RBI in the second. And with 2 outs in the fourth, and he got a breaking ball and pulled it through the right side. As Ron Washington, looks like he's making that slow walk with the hook with him.
You might see the lefty, and if Shuck gets on, you're going to see the righty against Howie.
So with 87 pitches thrown tonight, yeah, although he hasn't made the move as of yet, he's asking for the baseball, and that's going to be it. Ron Washington pulls. Colby Lewis has been very, very good today. So a pitching change here with 2 outs in the 6th inning and a man on. The Halos down 3-2. Angels baseball is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by AT&T Uverse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. Back out here at the Big A. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Angels trailing it by the score of 3-2. And Colby Lewis is done after 5 2/3 as Ron Washington wants to go to a matchup. Even though Lewis thrown just 87 pitches and had been pretty good. I mean, he kept the Angels hitters off balance, but after a 2-out walk with the left-hander coming up, it's Aaron Pareda taking over. In and out, who's in, who's out.
Pareda with a good fastball. He throws 91 to 95 and a hard slider.
Missed all of last year, recovering from Tommy John surgery, signing in the offseason with Texas, 27 years of age. Texas home in Pleasanton, California, facing J.B. Shuck. First one is in there for a strike. Texas trying to catch lightning in a bottle with Pareda, as they did with Neil Kotz last season. Boy, did that work for Texas. Pareda off to a good start. 5 games, 1-0 record, no ERA, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. That is down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And as good as J.B. Shuck was last year against left-handed pitching, over 300. This year has been a different story, but he has struggled against lefties and righties, although 2 for 2 tonight. But this year was 2 for 18 against left-handed pitching.
And he was doing a good job last year, staying back and driving the ball to left center field.
Check in of Cowgill, and perhaps another reason why Ron Washington in a 1-run game taking out Colby Lewis and going with a lefty to try to keep Cowgill at first.
You're more apt is for Mike Soch. You're not going to steal Cowgill now. If Lewis is still in the game, there's no doubt he wouldn't get into scoring position.
1-1, nope. A throw over to first. Low leg kick for Pareda. Former first-round pick of the Chicago White Sox, 2007, out of the University of San Francisco. Cowgill takes off anyway, and Shuck pops it up. Murphy cutting over, makes the catch. Oh, why is JB swinging at that pitch? Cowgill had a stolen base. We're through
rounding the base.
Halos down 3-2.
In 2,130 straight games. At that point, a major league record before was broken by Cal Ripken Jr., who finished off with 26-32, breaking the record against the Angels, as a matter of fact. When you talk about one of the all-time greats, big, strong, and right here you can see getting run. 2,130 straight. Amazing.
Those wool uniforms were aerodynamic. Jonas Martin looks at a breaking ball for a strike.
McGurk had 163 career triples, which is a Yankee record.
Martin looks at a strike and it's 0-2. Our very own statistician Norm Peters had a chance to watch Lou Gehrig play in that game. There's Kevin Jepson getting ready for the Angels. This was after Norm covered the Civil War. Martin pulls it into right field. A two-strike base hit to lead off the seventh.
Similar to the breaking ball that he threw to Prince Fielder, but he didn't finish it off. More of a flat break instead of a sharp break.
This is Michael Choice, the DH. 0 for 2. Ground ball to third and a pop-up to short.
Martin will run. 8 stolen bases so far this season.
Trying to figure out what the delay is here. And Hickok's the home plate umpire had called time. Martin out to a big lead already. Here's the first one. Outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 98 pitches now thrown by Santiago. Longest outing for him since that April 14th start against Oakland, which he went 7. That's been his longest outing all season. This already his second longest. 6 innings plus now 2 batters.
Hasn't got a ton of run support coming into the game. While in the game, Santiago's received less than 2 runs per start.
Choice shows bunt. Nowhere near the strike zone. 2 balls and no strikes. If they're going to bunt Choice, you got to take that out.
Take the out, no question. Sometimes you try to be too fine. You try to You know, the old thing is you try to go upstairs and get him to pop up the bunt, but at this point, you'll take it out.
Long hold. And he wants it foul. No sacrifice bunts for Choice. Guy who's known to be a power hitter at the minor league level.
He probably hasn't been asked to bunt, especially when you come up in that Oakland organization. They're not known to bunt a whole lot.
Matter of fact, he's never executed one in his career.
It's not an easy thing to do when you haven't been asked to do so.
It looked like he started to slide that right hand up the bat.
But if you're playing for Ron Washington, you're going to be asked to bunt. Doesn't matter who you are. He will bunt. He will hit and run. He will take that extra base. He will allow his runners to be aggressive and try to go first to third.
$14 sacrifice hits for the Texas Rangers already this year. Conversely, the Angels had 5. Jepson ready to go in the bullpen. And Santiago's at 100 pitches. And Aaron Sivia on deck. Then back to the top of the order with Chu, Andrews, Beltran if we get that far. 3 runs in the 6th inning for Texas. Solo home run by Chu, a 2-run shot by Rios with 2 outs, putting them on top by a run.
Still looks like Choice is still thinking in terms of squaring around the bunt.
Three balls, 1 strike. Paying so much attention to Martin. Kind of losing the focus a little bit on throwing strikes.
When you throw over
here.
that many over the first base, it's difficult to have that good release point.
Not bunting, the runner goes, not even close. That's a walk. That'll more than likely be done. Sosa coming out. Hector Santiago unable to get the first or any outs here in the 7th inning. A pitching change with the Halos down 3-2. against Matt Holliday and the Cardinals, and reigning American League MVP Miguel Cabrera and the Tigers square off against the Kansas City Royals. The action starts at 10 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
The Cubbies beat the Cardinals today. Cardinals inconsistent early on.
Hector Santiago departs with property at first and second at base. Good speed on the bases, too. And Martin at second. Choice at first, 102 pitches. Trailing 3-2 as Kevin Jepsen will be facing J.P. Arancibia.
Overall, though, Santiago threw the ball well. Just a couple of mistakes. One the true. To Alex Rios.
Jepsen, no record, of 4.82 ERA. This will be his 13th game. 9 in the third inning, 7 hits, 14 strikeouts, 4 walks. Angels anticipating a bunt attempt here. But it certainly would not surprise me at all to see a straight steal, double steal.
And Martinez tries to steal third base a lot. More comfortable trying to steal third than even the second.
And Arancibia showing bunt, fouls it back.
And you have a guy up here probably hasn't been asked a whole lot to bunt himself. So ideally, if you're Kevin Jepsen, you get off the mound quickly to cover that third base line and allow Stewart to stay at the base so you have a force out of third. Your mindset as a pitcher, you have to be an excellent fielder here. You have to get off the mound quickly to that third base side.
Arancibia, 1 sacrifice bunt in his career, and that was 2 years ago. 0-1 pitch. He bunts it foul, no balls, 2 strikes.
And you're dealing with a guy that's throwing 95 miles an hour. See this with Arancibia. That's the difference between a guy that's you bunt it a number of times, sacrifice bunt it before, as compared to a guy that hasn't done it a whole lot. Bending the bat, you bring it up eye level, you let that pitch go.
Arancibia 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. Angels still anticipating the bunt, not bunting, and it's upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the order, and Shin-Soo Choo on deck. A 3-2 Texas lead here at the top of the 7th with nobody out. Stewart drops back at third. Pujols still at the cut of the grass at first. Breaking ball, fouled back. They've got a piece of Hank.
Martinez trying to time Jepsen now at second. There's a good hard slider. Just above the knee, fire off of Hank Conger.
You figure the pitch here would be a little fastball up around the letters.
Got to try it. Earlier in the game, he swung a pitch like that against Santiago.
Martin thought about it. Good eye by Jepsen to spin around.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to vary your looks back to second base, maybe even step off, maybe even put on a play because he's timing them. 8 stolen bases in 10 attempts.
And again, he's off to a big lead. Ibar's going to try to keep him close. Swing and a miss, down he goes, 1 down. Fastball upstairs. And now Jepsen has to deal with Shin-Soo Choo with 2 on and 1 away.
Looks like we thought he would go after Arancibia with a high fastball, gets it by him, he pulled off. Again, he's looking for something on the inner half, away. Difficult time catching up to that fastball.
Choo, the left fielder's 2 for 3 with a single and a home run. Good off-speed pitch. What's that, the 3rd time we've seen Shin-Soo Choo let it fly on first pitch? Second in the American League in on-base percentage behind Jose Bautista. Again, checking in on Martin.
Because of the way the defense is set up, it's very difficult to put a pickoff on. Is going to have to go a long way to go to the base.
And this one's looped past Kendrick, a base hit into the alley. Martin will score. Choice on his way to third. Chu will stop at first base, and it's 4-2. His third hit of the ball game. Picks up his second RBI of the game.
Great career numbers against the Angels. Continues on. Pitch down. Chu went down and got it over Howie's head. Driving in a run. A big run for the Rangers here.
That run gets charged to Hector Santiago. He's also responsible for Choice standing at third. It's that situation of inherited runners scoring against the Angels bullpen. Gotten better of late. And now Andrus at the plate.
Always a squeeze candidate too. Squeeze play put on.
Chopper toward third. Stewart's only play is to come home, and the throw hits the runner. 5-2. Well, you could tell as Stewart was getting ready to field that baseball, undecided until the last minute.
Hit right in front of the plate. And that throw sails into Choice as he's sliding in. And Conger has to give a path to the plate. And then the ball hits Choice.
So the book now closed on Santiago. 5 runs, all earned in 6 innings.
I think the decision was right by Stewart. Just the throw got in on Choice. I think he has him at the plate. Doesn't tail away at the end.
First and second and 1 out. Here's Beltre. The Angels down by 3 now. Beltre, a walk, a line out, and a fly to left. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Jason Frazier getting ready for Texas. Nick Miranda getting ready for the Halos. The Angels in the bottom of the 7th will have 1, 2, and 3 coming up. Kendrick, Trout, and Pujols. This one lifted, foul, and out of play. Figure if Jelpson is unable to induce a double play ball to finish off the inning, that Miranda would face fielder. Swing and a miss. Down goes Beltre. 2 down.
First baseman, number 84, Prince Fielder.
Good hard slider here from Jepson to get a swing and miss from Beltre.
And that's what Scioscia's going to do. He's out of the dugout making the move. They go lefty on lefty here. Jepson is done. Going 2/3 of an inning. A pitching change once again, and it's 5-2 Texas. Angels Baseball is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world, and by SoCal Toyota. Check out the new Fun to Drive 2014 Camry at your Toyota dealer today. We make it easy. 5-2, Texas leads it here in the 7th inning with 2 outs. They still have a couple of men on base, and it'll be Prince Fielder to face Nick Miranda. Nick pitching in his 9th game. No record of 1.80 ERA, 5 innings, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks.
Bad numbers, though, for Miranda. Lefty's hitting .364 against him.
Not exactly comforting with Prince Fielder coming to the plate.
The big thing for him, for Nick, is going to have to get on top and snap his slider off. Sometimes he gets around his slider and it flattens out over the plate against a lefty, especially with this type of power.
Fielder 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 6th inning. And it was that 2-out single infield base hit by Fielder that kept the inning alive for Texas. And then Rios followed with a home run. Fielder takes upstairs. And whatever you do, don't make a mistake up there.
That's the exact picture I was just talking about. The slider, he gets around on it.
Chu, the base runner at second base. Andrews at first. A good speed on the bases for Texas. 2 balls and no strikes. Michael Moore getting ready. Well, you can't keep coming into big league games in situations in which you have one task.
Especially when you're facing a guy like Prince Fielder. Now he can zone in on one area. He may be hacking here 3-0, but he's certainly going to be hacking 3-1 if Nick throws a strike.
Rios on deck, too. 3-1. Fielder didn't think that pitch caught the corner.
If you're a hitter, you're given the green light 3-0. You want to make sure it's a pitch you can drive, and that was a pitcher's pitch from Miranda, so he took it.
A full count. He's worked his way back into the count with 2 outs. The base runners are going to take off here. 2 runs in for Texas. Miranda trying to keep it a 3-run deficit with the top of the order coming up for the Halos. Here's the payoff. Fielder chops it to short. Ibar has it on 2 big hops. And it is 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Texas adds 2. They lead it 5-2.
Out of the ball game. After going to second base, Ron Washington come out and talk to him. Out of the ball game now for Texas. Pitching change also. Jason Frazier comes in. Right-hander for the Texas Rangers. Fastball, good fastball, 90-94 slider, and very good split finger fastball.
There's Frazier's off to a good start once again. With the Texas Rangers, 10 games, 1-0 record, a 1.04 ERA. He is a workhorse, but he is a guy that will walk guys. 7 strikeouts, 5 walks. Shin-Soo Choo out of the game. It's Daniel Robertson taking over in left field. Kendrick, Trout, and Pujols for the Angels here in the 7th inning to face Frazier. Howie tonight 1 for 3, an RBI single and a stolen base in the 4th. First one's in there for a strike. Halos with solo runs in the 2nd and 4th innings. Trying to mount a comeback here. Howie behind in the count now. No balls, 2 strikes. Reaching for that one. Protects. Still no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that's been a theme for Texas. A lot of fastballs away. Frazier with real good numbers in his career versus the Halos. 3-1 with 1 save and ERA 1.84.
Howie 1 for 8 in his career against Frazier. Way outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Texas with 8 hits, the Angels with 7. Colby Lewis went 5 2/3. Gave up 2 runs on 7 hits, 6 strikeouts. Howie hits this one to second base. Murphy has it. 1 down. That'll bring up Trout.
As a product of so many pitches on the outside corner have been strikes. That one was off the outside corner, and Howie chased it and ground ball to second.
Trout tonight 0 for 3, a fly to right and a couple of strikeouts. All 3 of those plate appearances against Trout, or pardon me, against Colby Lewis. Aaron Barreto went 1/3 of an inning. He retired shut in the 6th. 1 ball, no strikes on Trout. Trout 0 for 3 in his career against Frazier. One ball, 1 strike. Told that Shin-Soo Choo part of the game with the soreness in his left ankle. Angels had some opportunities against Lewis early on in the game to fully cash him in. Now it's downstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Seven men left on base, but haven't had a man in scoring position since the 4th. That was with 2 outs. They did score 1 run on the single by Kendrick. Howie stole second, but then Trout struck out against Lewis to finish off that 4th. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, it's one of those nights Mike Trout's not tracking the fastball away well at all.
A lot of guys A lot of fastballs for strikes. The guys aren't pulling the trigger on. Houston eventually came back and defeated the Seattle Mariners 5-4 tonight in Houston. Earlier, the Boston defeated Oakland 7-1. Tampa Bay and the Yankees still tied at Yankee Stadium, top of the 14th inning. 2-2 now. That's a ground ball toward the hole. It's a base hit. Man on for Albert Pujols.
Fastball was in the outer half, but he able to turn on it and get it by Andrews by shortstop. Good plate coverage. So often we talked about how well Trout gets his hands in and through the baseball. This was on the outer part of the plate. Gets his arms extended and drives it in the hole at shortstop.
Albert 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and a ground out. Albert against Frazier, 2 for 3. One of those a home run. Neil Kotz is getting ready. Kotz had a fantastic year last year off the slow start this year.
Yeah, you might see him against Raul Ibanez, who's on deck.
Good lead for Trout. And the breaking ball caught the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tampa Bay has broken through. 6-5 now in the 14th. Will Myers. RBI knock. Twelve pitches thrown by Frazier. 8 strikes, 4 balls. Retired Kendrick on the ground down. Trout picked up a base hit. It's first of the night. 8th for the Angels. Bounced that one out in front of home plate by a couple of feet.
Yeah, that's a split finger fastball. Looks like you can get a pretty good jump against Frazier if you're Mike Trout and be able to steal a base out in front of the plate. And Sivia does a real good job as far as keeping that ball in front of him. Good technique.
Frazier spending the bulk of his career as a member of the Toronto Blue Jays. The White Sox briefly. Second year now with Texas. Foul off to the right. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got a couple sliders and a split finger fastball. Missing that. Pujols has against Frazier.
Frazier opting to re-sign with Texas last offseason. Pitched 61 games for them.
Yeah, if you want to pitch in some games, you pitch for the Texas Rangers. That bullpen will be used.
Ibanez on deck. 2-2 now. Fastball, a swing and a miss on what would have been ball 3. Ran that thing up and in, 2 down.
Goes upstairs with a fastball after a steady diet of sliders and a split finger fastball. To buy him upstairs. Watching go into the bullpen, it looks like once again. No pulls. You can see in the fan cam tried to get his hands up through the baseball, unable to do so. That good fastball.
So a pitching change here. Ron Washington is going to go to the left-hander Neil Kotz to face Ibanez. A pitching change. It's 5-2 Texas. Photo for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast, and it's brought to you by AT&T. Getting a lot of animal picks this year, aren't we?
Yeah, it's cool.
5-2 Texas here in the seventh inning with 2 outs. Ron Washington goes to the bullpen and brings in Neil Kotz, a left-hander. So far this year, 1-2 mark at a 5.91 ERA. This will be his 14th game. 10 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 12 strikeouts, and 5 walks.
Well, he was fantastic last season, 8-3 with an ERA 1.11. Fastball 91 to 95, slider, cut fastball. He throws a lot of cut fastballs, occasional changeup.
That's the bulk of 2 seasons with elbow problems. Signed as a minor league free agent in 2012 with Texas. Facing Raul Ibanez, hitless tonight. Oh, with a fly ball to left and a couple of strikeouts, is 0 for 3. Trout still at first base. No 1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Should the inning continue, it'll be Ian Stewart.
And Stewart's had some pretty good swings against left-handed pitching, especially going the other way and deep. Home run here at the Big A against lefty. The Mets in town.
One ball, 2 strikes now. Rangers play 3 infielders on the right side. Murphy really in the second base hole between first and second. Andrews toward the bag. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. There's a good look at the alignment. Texas with 5 runs, 8 hits. They've stranded 5. The Angels 2 runs, 8 hits. They've left 7 on base. Offense has been quiet since the 4th. This one's lifted out to shallow right center. Martin and Rios. It's Rios, the right fielder, making the catch. The Angels are done here in the 7th. We'll head to the 8th. With Texas leading at 5-2. 7th, erasing what was a 2-0 Angels lead. All the runs charged to Hector Santiago. Lasted 6 innings plus 2 batters, gave up 7 hits, including 2 home runs, struck out 5 and walked 2. Jepson 2/3 of an inning, Barande 1/3 of an inning, and here's Michael Bourne. Bourne made his major league debut on Wednesday.
Yeah, good fastball. We saw 91, 94, slider, very, very good changeup.
They'll be facing Rios, Murphy, and Martin here in the 8th inning. Trying to keep this a 3-run deficit. Angels will have their work cut out for him. Joaquin Soria, the closer, was solid. Angels have been known to mount rallies here at the Big A,
especially against Texas. Some pretty good battles last season. Even though Texas had a huge differential as far as wins and losses against the Angels, a lot of those games the Angels came back and had leads.
Rios tonight 2 for 3 with a single and a 2-run home run. His 2nd home run of the season, now with 14 runs batted in. He is the team leader in RBIs with 14. Lawrence, first one's in for a strike.
And I think if you look back at this game, Hector Santiago, that's the one pitch he probably would like to have back against Rios. Talked about how he likes the ball down. It was just around thigh high. He was able to hit it out to left center field. Other than that, Santiago threw the ball well.
Three of his 6 innings, however, just could not finish off a frame cleanly. Breaking ball there, fouled back 1-2. That continues to plague Santiago. Was an issue for the Angels pitching staff all of last season, finishing off innings.
And he's continuing that focus after you get 2 outs to make sure you get that 3rd one and get in the dugout.
There's the 1-2. Off speed, a swing and a miss. Down goes Rios. 1 away. First big league strikeout for Michael Bourne.
Number 16,
He's got a great changeup, a plus changeup. Bourne gets a swing and miss. It's Rios.
There's Donnie Murphy, the second baseman, who's 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and a fly to right. Murphy tardy on the fastball, fouls it off to the right.
Good velocity too. When you have a changeup like he has, if you can throw the fastball 93, 94 and spot your changeup even to a right-handed batter, you have a pretty good future.
Angels minor league pitcher of the year last season. Started the year at A-ball, went to Double-A. This year started at Double-A. Pitched in 5 games, had no ERA, and then got called up Triple-A. 1 ball, 1 strike. And even though he went to the University of North Carolina, a huge Kansas Jayhawk fan.
It'd be tough when those 2 teams would always play in the NCAAs.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Grew up in Kansas, went to Shawnee Mission South. Said he got some grief while at UNC.
Oh, I can imagine.
Rooting for the Jayhawks. Now the 1-2. Murphy fouls it off. That went off the facade of the club level. Still a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Angels will have Stewart, Ibar, and Conger with the bottom of the 8th inning. Kotz will come back out. Off speed, yanked foul.
Well, he throws a changeup at 73 miles an hour, and it's a good one.
It's 20 mile per hour differential.
And he throws it exactly the same arm slide as his fastball, which makes it that much more impressive.
8 to 10 miles per hour is really good.
20, 21, it's fantastic. There's a reason why he has a plus changeup.
Bugs Bunny like. Check the swing. No, he did not. He went around. Lance Barrett brings it up. Trouts.
The more I look at Michael throw the baseball and the way he stands on the rubber, it reminds me a lot of the late Darryl Kyle.
Yeah.
Similar build. It's hard to believe that he's been gone for as long as he has. He was a very good pitcher. He humped up a fastball up and in after a great changeup. Swing and miss. 2 now in the inning.
That's what fouled back and out of play. The game in New York is down the bottom of the 14th. Tampa Bay scored 5 runs in the top of the inning. 10 to 5. What time is it there? Going to be 1 o'clock soon. Hey, better them than us. Martina 1 for 3 game. Singled and scored in the 7th. Alexio Gondo getting ready.
Another good changeup, Victor. He's got a real good one.
And he got Martine. How about that inning? 3 consecutive strikeouts for Bourne. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Still 5-2 Texas.
Talk about using all 3 of his pitches. He had a real good fastball going, spotted, but his changeup is electric. Great changeup to Rios. Upstairs with a fastball to get Murphy, and then finishes off the inning with an outstanding changeup at 71 to get Martine. Punches out the side. Job by Michael Moore. What a job throwing the baseball and using all your pitches in the same arm slot.
Halos will pinch hit Grant Green here for Ian Stewart. He'll be followed by Ibar and then Conger. Grant was off to a terrific start, recalled before the game today. 349, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 28 runs batted in 26 games at AAA. Loops this one out to shallow right field. Rios is there though, and he'll make the catch. 1 out. Ibar will spin around, a hit from the right side. The 174 average from this side of the plate this year. compared to 312 from the left. Eric tonight 0 for 3. Ground out and a couple of fly ball outs. Takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Ron Washington keeping Kotz in there to force Ibar to hit from the right side, and Hank Conger to hit from the right side, who's on deck.
One ball, 2 strikes. Colby Lewis, 2 runs in 5 2/3. Santiago, 5 runs in 6+ innings. Let that 6th inning snowball on. Hit to second base. Murphy, a little bit of a bobble, recovers, 2 down. After the last out, break it all down for his Angels Live postgame, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. So 2 outs, nobody on, and here's Hank. 0 for 3 game for him. 0 for 2 from this side of the plate this year.
Boy, an early lead, 2-0 lead, and against Texas, you got to add on. Even though they had a tough series against Oakland.
Three for 8 tonight with men in scoring position. One of those that the bunt base hit by J.B. Shuck that brought in the first run. Two balls, 1 strike. 42,989 here tonight with Josh Hamilton bobblehead night. Three and 1.
The need for some base runners here, so you have to look for a spot here for Conger. Otherwise, take a walk. Need one more batter to get up to bring the tying run to the plate.
Full count now. Callaghan on deck. Shuck after him, then back to the top of the order. Time was called last minute. Three-two now. Hank takes down low, and it's a 2-out walk. Now Washington is going to make the move, it appears, with Alexi Ogando ready to go on the bullpen. Wash taking the old Mel Stottlemyre approach on the way to the mound. And a pitching change here in the 8th with 2 outs. Texas leading at 5-2. Alexi Ogando on in relief. Neil Cox with 2 outs. And the Halos down by the score of 5-2. Ogando this season, 15 games, a 1-2 record, a 6.28 ERA, has 1 save, 14 in the 3rd inning, 17 hits, 14 strikeouts, and 7 walks. And he'll face Colin Cowgill with Hank Conger over at first base.
Yeah, real good fastball, 93-97, slider, very good changeup himself.
Hank working the 2-out walk. Cowgill 1 for 2 with a single and a pop-up. He's also drawn a walk. First pitch fastball in there for a strike at 95. A lot of first pitch strikes tonight.
I think we've taken a lot of fastballs.
Yep. Oh, 2. The walk by Conger, assuming he doesn't do anything on the base paths to make the 3rd out here. We'll give Trout an opportunity to bat in the 9th inning. Ball 2 strikes. So he's got 95, 96, 97 with the fastball.
Much more consistent velocity out of the bullpen for Ogando as compared to what he was as a starter.
And he was pretty good as a starter too.
Very good. But he's 5, 6, even 7 innings of very good baseball, but bouncing back and forth, taking his toll on him.
Cowgill fouls it back and out of play. Here's the 1-2 again. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes with Shuck on deck. Angels said the only time they had not had a base runner on board tonight was the 5th inning. Now's when Colby Lewis retired to sign an order. He was on his way to doing that in the 6th inning. He issued the 2-out walk to Cowgill, and that's when Ron Washington went to the bullpen. Pareda, Frazier, Cox, and now Ogando. 2-2. Chopper to the left side. Beltre has it. And we will head to the 9th here at the Big A with the Angels trailing at 5-2. A 3-run 6th inning and a 2-run 7th for Texas. As Michael Morin is back after his 2nd inning of work. All 5 of those runs charged to Hector Santiago. Angels will have to try to figure out Joakim Soria in the 9th inning. They're going to try to pull this one out. Moore in charge of trying to keep this a 3-run deficit. Green, who pinch hit to lead off the 8th inning, stays in the game. And he'll play third base. First career big league game. He had been playing third base among a number of other positions down at AAA.
I saw him a lot at spring training between second, short, and third base. And then a number of games in left field in AAA.
Moore to face Choice, Aaron Sibia, and then Robertson. Actually, it's going to be Mitch Moreland's going to pinch hit here. But Michael Choice finishes the night going 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored. Moreland a .254 batting average. 1 home run, 9 runs batted in. First one is up and away. Moore down a 1-2-3 8th inning, 3 consecutive strikeouts.
Good single in his 2-seam fastball too. A lot of times after you throw a sinker there, you're going to back it up with a changeup. 15 pitches thrown so far, 12 strikes.
Two-one. Moore, although thrilled with the call-up on Sunday to New York. The long journey that he had, a little bittersweet for him. It was his spring training roommate, Michael Roth. He's taken off the roster. Nobody claimed Roth, and he was since outrighted to Double-A. As Moreland pulls this one into right field, a base hit. Moreland will stop there. It's a leadoff single. Brings up Aaron Sibia. Never fun when you're excited because you get the call, but it's one of the other guys coming off the roster to make move for you. You've been a friend of yours.
You get to be extremely tight with your teammates down in the minor leagues who go on those tough trips, whether it's Double-A where you're on the bus a lot or those early morning flights in Triple-A.
Aaron Sibia 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Fouls off the first one. Aaron Sibia now 3 for 38 to start the year. This one out toward right center field, hit pretty well. Calgill got a good jump on it, however, makes the catch. 1 down.
Good read by Calgill. Ball was hit well by Aaron Sibia going the other way. You see that too often. And generally a guy that's going to try to pull the ball.
Here's Daniel Robertson, first plate appearance for him. Robertson took over defensively for Shin-Soo Choo, left with a sore left ankle. Picked up his first big league hit on Wednesday. Choo had himself a 3-hit game. 2 runs batted in. First one is just inside. Nesto Frieri up and loosening in the bullpen. Two balls and no strikes. The Angels in the ninth inning will have Shuck, Kendrick, and Trout to face Joaquin Soria.
Robinson went to South Hills High School. That's the same school that Jason Giambi went to.
Three balls, no strikes. Went to Oregon State. 33rd round pick in 08 by the Padres. Picked up in a minor league deal with the Padres a couple of weeks ago. To a 3-0 count with Moreland over at first base. One out. 3-1. Elvis Andrus on deck. Short lead for Moreland at first base, but Moreland will still check in on him. Nick Martinez has now joined Joaquin Soria. I'm not sure why Conker's going back out there. I think if the score remains the same, Soria will get the call, and if not, Martinez will come in. He's pitched in 3 games this year, 2 of which have been starts. Soria has 6 saves already. Three-1 now. Chopper foul. Full count now. Andrus and then Beltre. Figure if Moore gets into trouble, maybe Mike Scioscia goes to the bullpen. Moore, the third reliever used by Mike. Santiago 6, Jeffson 2/3, Miranda a third, and now Moore working his second inning. He's got an inning and a third so far. Remember, tomorrow 6:05 start, game 2 of this 3-game series at Harrison against Garrett Richards. Wrap up the series on Sunday afternoon at 12:35. Yu Darvish on the mound. Tyler Skaggs for the Angels. Three-2. Moreland takes off. That pitch is outside. That looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, it looked like it was right there. Mike Scioscia wants to know exactly where that pitch was. I mean, that's got a lot of the plate. It's a perfect changeup.
So Ernesto Friere is going to come into the ballgame here with 1 out and 2 on. 25 pitches thrown by Moore. So we have ourselves yet another pitching change. We're in the 9th inning, 5-2 Texas. base in a 5-2 game. Perhaps Michael Moore getting to his pitch limit count at 25 pitches. And an opportunity for Ernesto to kind of get more work under his belt, trying to keep it a 5-2 game. That's the important thing. He'll face Elvis Andrus.
Yeah, you want to keep it 5-2. You have an opportunity in the bottom of the ninth, especially with the lineup that's going to be coming up for the Halos. So it's important for Ernesto to forget what he's done in the past against Texas and start working that slider and hitting the spot with his fastball.
Elvis Andrus tonight, 1 for 4 with an RBI. First pitch sliders in for a strike. Three for 5 in his career against Frieri. And a lot of Rangers have very good numbers against Ernesto, unfortunately for him. This is hit to short. High ball. We'll flip it to Kendrick for 1. Relay to first in time. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth inning. With the Angels trailing 5-2, Shuck, Kendrick, and Trout lead things off.
It's 5-2. Joakim Soria in the game now for the Texas Rangers. He's got a good fastball, sinking fastball, not as firm as it used to be. Still going at 89-93. Slider, curveball, very good changeup. 1-1 this season in the ERA, 3.27, but 6 saves in 6 opportunities. 43 saves for the Royals back in 2010 when he was an All-Star.
Signed prior to last year, coming back off of injury and working as a setup man for Joe Nathan. Nathan departing the Detroit Tigers as a free agent. Soria already in the fold, taking over as their closer. 29 years of age. 26 games last year. 1-0 record of 3.80 ERA. The first one is in there for a strike. JB 2 for 3. Bunt base hit for an RBI. A single, a stolen base, and a run scored in a pop-up. Beltran on the grass. This one's chopped toward the middle. Murphy to his right has it. Off-balance throw, and there's out number 1.
A good play by Murphy on the back end. Knowing with Shuck going down the line, you have to get rid of that quickly with the transfer. It's the first out of the inning. Showing some good range. And then quickly getting the ball out of the glove and thrown over the first base to get Shuck. Well played by Murphy.
Howie looks at a breaking pitch for strike 1. Kendrick tonight 1 for 4. RBI single in the 4th inning. just off the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trout on deck, then Pujols. Multiple base runners, but that hasn't happened for the Angels since the 4th. Check that, since the 3rd. High fastball, 1-2.
Boy, Soria for a while was one of the best closers in the American League when he was a member of the Royals.
Career high 43 saves for them in 2010. Howie went around, 2 down. So 2 very quick outs here, and the Angels down to the last out. Game 1 of this 3-game series, first meeting of the year. Unfortunately for the Angels, much of the same against this ball club. Trout 1 for 4, singled into 7th. Starting pitchers, the pitchers of record: Colby Lewis for Texas, Hector Santiago for the Angels. Hector on the verge of dropping to 0-5. That is in there. Texas with 9 hits, but the 2 home runs allowed by Santiago in the 6th inning. Difference in this one. Turned the game around for Texas. Chu, solo shot. Rios a 2-run shot.
Especially after Prince Fielder had that infield base hit. Santiago was ahead of him. 1-2. Went with the pitch, hit in the hole with shortstop with the shift on.
Trout a swing and a miss. May have expanded the zone a little bit. 2-2 now. Lost. The Angels are back to 500 at 14-14. Texas would pick up a game on the West with Oakland losing tonight. They would go to 16-13. 2-2. Check swing. Did not go. Full count. In his prime, Soria was a mini Mariano.
Yeah, exactly. And also with his slider was like a cut fastball. It was very sharp, quick, late break to it. You break a lot of bats just like Rivera did.
I don't think anyone will be quite like Mo, but he was as close as they came. But he was going good. 3-2, little bouncer back to the mound. A flip over to Fielder, and Texas takes game 1 by the final of 5-2.
Boy, Texas continues to get that big hit when they need it. House Rios with a 2-run home run in the 6th inning. Sinsu Chu with a home run to start that 6th inning. At that point, Hector Santiago was dealing. The Angels were up 2-0. Texas scoring 3 in that inning, followed by 2 more in the 7th. As they win this game 5-2, Colby Lewis picks up the win, now 2-1 on the season. Hector Santiago, who threw the ball well, now falls to 0-5, and Soria picks up save number 7 as Texas wins this game 5-2. Once again, the final score 5-2. Stay tuned for Angels Live. Coming up next, Victor Rojas and Jose Mota will break it all down for you.